What if I told you that some of the most profitable software businesses didn't start with a product? They started with a problem. Not millions in funding, not a team of engineers, just one person who noticed something annoying and decided to fix it in a scrappy way that made money before anything was even built. Now, before you scroll away thinking, yeah, but I don't know how to code, perfect. You're exactly who this video is for. Because right now, there's this quiet wave of people building software companies without being developers. They're not tech bros in hoodies, they're regular people. Teachers, coaches, freelancers, stay-at-home parents who found a clever way to make software work for them, not the other way around. Let me show you how that actually works. Imagine this. You're a solopreneur who offers bookkeeping help for small businesses. You notice the same thing happens every single week. Clients forget to send their receipts, invoices pile up, and you spend hours chasing them down. So one day, instead of complaining, you make a little system. You set up a shared folder, a few Google Forms, and an automated reminder email that goes out every Friday. You call it the Friday Finance Check-in, and your clients love it. Then a few other bookkeepers see it and ask, hey, can I use that too? You say, sure, for $15 a month. And that right there, that's how software starts. Not with code, not with investors, with a system that saves someone time, and they'll happily pay for that. That's the $0 software strategy. You don't build an app first, you build proof. Most people think SaaS means big companies, engineers, and funding rounds. But micro SaaS, that's where you can play. These are tiny, focused tools that solve one problem for a small group of people. And they're popping up everywhere because they're cheap to start, easy to test, and, if you do it right, profitable fast. The secret? You sell the outcome, not the software. You're not selling code. You're selling less stress, fewer mistakes, and more time. So instead of asking, what should I build, start asking, what's wasting people's time that I could fix with a system? You can use tools like Notion, Airtable, or Zapier to fake what the software will eventually do, and no one cares how it's built. They just care that it works. And before we go further, if you're serious about turning your ideas into income, hit subscribe and like this video. I break down how to build and sell simple SaaS systems without ever touching code. This stuff can literally change how you think about business, so don't miss what's coming next. All right, back to it. Here's the truth. Most people waste months trying to build before they ever sell. They pour energy into logos, dashboards, and features before knowing if anyone would even pay for it. But smart solopreneurs, they flip that. They sell first, build later. You can literally start by sending a few messages like, hey, I help small business owners automatically organize their receipts every week. Would that save you time? If someone says yes, congrats, you have a business. If 3 people say yes, you have a product idea. If 10 people say yes and pay you to run it manually, you've just validated your first software startup without spending $1. And now you've got proof strong enough to justify building automation. This is exactly how people are quietly making recurring income right now. They're testing small systems until one sticks. And once it does, the software just becomes a way to scale what's already working. It's not passive income, it's predictable income. That's the part no one tells you. Software doesn't start easy. It starts simple. You might be sending reminders by hand, copying info between spreadsheets, updating things manually, but that's not failure, that's market research in motion. Because once you understand exactly what people need, that's when the automation makes sense. You're not guessing anymore. You're upgrading something real. Think of it like this. When you sell before you build, you're not risking time or money. You're trading it for insight. And that insight is gold. The moment someone says, I'd pay for that, your idea stops being an idea and becomes a business. And that's when things get exciting. You can now hand that system to a developer, a no-code builder, or even an AI tool to make it scalable. You can keep running it yourself and slowly automate it as income grows. Or you can partner with someone technical to take it to the next level. You're not guessing, you're proving. Because the real cost of starting a business isn't money. It's time spent building the wrong thing. And this strategy saves you from that completely. You're not building a product. You're building a solution people are already paying for, even if right now it's just a spreadsheet and an email automation behind the curtain. That's the beauty of SaaS at this level. It's small, scrappy, and real. You're not building the next billion-dollar company. You're building your first $1,000 month. And if that sounds tiny, think about it. A simple $20 per month system with 50 paying customers. That's $1,000 in recurring revenue every month. Not bad for something you started with $0 and no code. The hard part isn't starting. It's thinking you need permission to. So the next time someone says you can't build software without knowing software, just smile. Because you'll know the secret. The most valuable software businesses don't start with code. They start with people. And people will always pay to make their problems go away.